Okay. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. Need an orthopedist? Go to Brock. Need a roof? Call Parish. Call the winner of the best roofing company and the best of Baton Rouge for 2026. Parish Construction and Roofing. Unique physique, unique aesthetics and wellness, restored motions, restoredmotions.com. Bocock Brothers Premium Cigars. Code MAT15, MAT15, MAT15 for 15% off your order. All right, good morning, everybody. Again, my apologies. I know we're normally a 6:45 a.m. start. Drew out of school, so kind of getting balanced here with what our schedule will be here during his off months. And I'm also flying to Arizona today, so heading to Arizona. If you remember, last year, did the trip with my brother-in-law and my nephew to Boston, went to the Yankees Red Sox and toward Boston. This year we're going west. We're going to go watch the Diamondbacks game on Saturday night, going to play TPC Scottsdale on Monday. So looking forward to a little long weekend getaway. So finally got around to watching the full episode of the full interview of Lane Kiffin on PMT. For those that don't know, that's Pardon My Take. It's a Barstool show. Full disclosure, I'm not like a big Barstool consumer, but obviously if LSU's head coach is going to do an hour-long sit-down interview, I'm going to watch it. And he obviously has a great rapport with those guys. Throughout the interview, they talked a lot about their different group texts and group chats that they're on. And they did a pretty good job disarming Lane and loosening him up. At one point, Lane even says, our SID, is talking about Michael Bonnett's right there. He said, our SID told him before we started, like, they don't get too loose. Those guys get you loose, just end up saying things you don't want to say. They talked about they worked out at the hot workout studio that Lane goes to. So they did a workout, talked about that. They talked about playing a softball game out of Tiger Park, and the SEC coaches, the different SEC coaches group text chats that they're on. So there was some of that stuff. As far as the football, I'm not sure that I learned anything new. Kiffin talked about the scene of leaving Oxford, which he's talked about plenty. He talked about, Sam Leavitt coming off the foot injury, but they're excited about him. Although the funniest part was at the very end. Remember, this dropped before Ed Orgeron was announced as being back to LSU. And at the end, it's like literally the end of the interview. They asked Lane Kiffin, like, does he have a relationship with Mike the Tiger? And he's like, I've been by there to, maybe once say hi. Because Ed Orgeron, like, knows the Tiger. And Kiffin goes, Coach, I know the Tiger. I knew his daddy. So it's Kiffin doing an Orgeron impression. He goes, I knew his daddy. It was pretty good. Anyway, it was entertaining. I don't know that I learned a ton from it, but anyway. All right, y'all smash the like button if you would, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. Quick reminder again, we are now podcasting Overtime with Matt Moscona. So every morning Scone episode, all the individual videos that I put on the Overtime with Matt Moscona YouTube channel, that's now going up as a podcast as well. So if you're on podcast, please subscribe to Overtime with Matt Moscona. That'd be a huge help. Says good morning, John Thomas. What up? Sean, good morning. Ryan, Amanda Guidry, Kelly Gross, Corey, good morning, y'all. Hope everybody's morning's off to a great start. Gums, just good morning. Safe travels. Yeah, man, we'll be good. Actually, flight is this evening. Leave out of New Orleans at 7:30 Central, but we got a direct flight, so we'll get into Arizona, probably just unpack, crash, and get up and have a full day Saturday, which would be fun. Go to the game Saturday night. Go see Russ Mitchell. Russ lives in the Phoenix area, so he's going to come to the game with us Saturday night. And then Sunday, I think we had Scottsdale. And then Monday, we play TPC Scottsdale. And Tuesday, we come home. Let's go. Jingle Gate Day 154. Haters, get ready. It's on the way. Jesse, good morning. Happy Friday. How many Louisiana schools do you think make regionals in baseball? Jesse, I would be lying to you if I knew that, bro. I mean, the bottom line is you got to win your conference. Like, there's no other school in the state that's going to get in without an auto bid. Like, you're not going to get any at large. So I know Southeastern didn't win their league. I don't know about the others, very honestly. Hey, Christian, good morning. Jeff Goodman closes the fridge door with his hip. Oh, man. I mean, yesterday I went off on Todd Golden. Because Golden went on field of 68 and basically torched Will Wade. And I'm like, what a hypocrite. I went through his roster. He's got 7 players on his roster that are international guys in their 20s that were former pros internationally. Like, what a giant hypocrite. A gigantic hypocrite. Chance. Cajuns winning 3-0, gave up 4 runs in the bottom of the ninth. Hey, Bill. Good morning. What do you see the baseball team's greatest needs for the portal? Well, I think you got to go get a starting pitcher if you can find one out there that's been a consistent starter. We'll see who goes in the portal, right? I mean, that's a big part of it. And then depending on what happens with Milam, you probably need a shortstop. I mean, I think, and look, those are 2 premium positions. You're talking about a shortstop and a starting pitcher. So if that's what you're looking for, well, that's what everybody's looking for. So you're going to have to pay. But I'd rather sort of consolidate resources and get a couple of players instead of going. I mean, and honestly, y'all, this is something I did. Like, this isn't hindsight. Like, I did say this last year. Like, I would rather you consolidate resources and get the top tier guys than go get 10 guys, a lot of whom aren't going to play. But if you get the 10 guys, it's almost like the Kiffin approach with receivers this year. It's like, would you rather go get Corey Coleman, or would you rather go get 9 receivers and hope of those 9 several step up? Different sports, mind you, but in this instance, when LSU already has a very deep, talented roster, like, I mean, you could piece together, okay, well, Braun's going to be somewhere in your starting lineup, either in right field or first base. Ruckert could play second again next year. Pearson could be at third. Aaron Beatty catch, or Braun could play right, Cerna can play first. William Patrick would be your center fielder. Daniel Harden could play in the outfield. You know what I mean? Like, you've got talent guys, and you have a number 1 freshman class coming in as well. We'll see, who makes it through the draft. So that kind of dictates part of it as well. But I mean, just off the top, if Milam goes, you need a shortstop. And I would really I'm excited about Evans and Schmidt and Moore and Paz, all those guys coming back. But none of them has proven to be a frontline ace. So if one of those goes in the portal, go get them. Tiger Diver, good morning. Definitely check out Toro at the clubhouse at TBC. Will do. Thank you. Annie Rex, I'm here for him. Y'all let me know. Greg, good morning. Have always wondered, did you come up with the name after further review? Always thought it was such a great name. I did. So whenever we launched AFR back in 2010, the idea was to come up with a show name that we could abbreviate in the same way that at the time, Pardon the Interruption just went by PTI, right? Still goes by PTI, but the show is Pardon the Interruption. And then that kind of became a regular thing at ESPN with, like, Around the Horn was ATH. Anyway, so that was the concept. We wanted to come up with the name of a show where we could abbreviate it. So after further review is just AFR. And it's worked actually for a long time. But yeah. And I remember, and I was the only employee of the station at the time. And so I searched, as I was putting together the original Open, the imaging, I searched so many ref review highlights trying to get a referee on the field saying, like, after further review. And so often what they would just say is after review. They would go like, after review, the runner is, or whatever, after review, it's an incomplete pass. And so it was really actually hard for me to find clips of refs saying after further review. Let's see. Deshaun, good morning. Lane could be setting up for coach to take over coaching the DTs next year if Kevin leaves with Blake. So, Deshaun, it's actually something I said yesterday on AFR. And I'm not sure if I mentioned that on Locked On, but yes, something we actually talked about. I think, hang on, I got to reply to this text. Someone I asked to come on the show yesterday just replied, former LSU baseball player. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, so I do think, talking about Coach O, that this is absolutely the best example I could give you is, remember, Saban would sort of just stockpile coaches, right? It was like his uh, it was like his what we call Nick Saban's home for wayward coaches, is like his recovery program for coaches. They would come and they would be analysts, and then if someone left, they would just be promoted. Like when Lane Kiffin left to go to FAU, Steve Sarkisian was promoted to OC. So I do think that that's part of this thinking here as well. Is, look, Blake Baker had the opportunity to take not one but two head coaching jobs this offseason. He passed on Memphis and Tulane. LSU has a good season. Blake will get another job offer next year. If he takes it, well, he's probably taking Kevin Peoples and Jake Olson with him. Remember, he brought those guys with him from Missouri. So if he takes a job, and my understanding was if he had taken the Tulane job, those guys were likely going to go with him. So it makes sense, right? If Blake takes a job and Kevin Peoples goes, well, Ed Orgeron's there. Boom, he's your D-line coach. Let's see. Morning, Matt. Team Drew, do you think Coach Kiffin will have Coach O at his media appearances giving his famous Go Tigers? I do not. I think you're partly kidding, but I do not. Lane actually has been pretty adamant. He does not want his coaches doing interviews. So I don't think you're going to hear very much from assistants anymore. Nancy, less than par all weekend, no back pain, have fun. Let's go. I'm here for it. Love the energy, Nance. Thank you. I want to get through 18. Want to feel great getting through 18, and we're going to scramble a little bit, so I'm not really worried about what I'm going to shoot. Just want to go have a good time. Hey, Cheryl, good morning. Corey, not a huge NASCAR fan. There's some of the guys' prayers for the Busch family. I saw that, man. 41 years old. Just got sick and went to the hospital and died. Golly. I mean, isn't that another example of, guys, go to the doctor? Like, if something doesn't feel right, go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. Like, I don't know what happened with Kyle Busch, and certainly condolences to his family, and to his fans. But 41, oh man. And maybe it was, I don't know if they're doing an autopsy or cause of death, or I just thought that, like, they said he wasn't feeling well, went to the hospital, and he died a few days later. So, man. Scott Ensminger, can Coach O recruit on the road? No. Now, they could probably get a waiver if they needed something, but no. Your 10 full-time assistants and the head coach are the ones that can recruit on the road. He is not one of those, so he cannot recruit on the road. Hey, Dad, good morning. Bubba, Hunter, Phil, good morning from rainy Asheville. Safe flight. We will, man. Thank you so much. Jacob, what's going on, man? Let's see. Been working a lot this week. Missed some morning scone. What are thoughts on the O-Hire? Have a blessed Friday. Yeah, man. So I've talked about the O-Hire plenty. Go catch Locked on LSU, AFR, get my full thoughts on it. But I love it. Checks all the boxes. Great recruiter, great defensive line coach. Great relationship with Kiffin, loves LSU. So yes, checks all the boxes. Club, good morning. Adam, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Q, what up? Brett, good morning. Jeffrey, have a great day. Antonio, morning, Matt. With BK Kiffin saga, Verge's hire, portal class hall dramas, Wade drama, Jay's terrible season, Coach O's return, forthcoming baseball football portal season, LSU is a content dream. Yep. I mean, it ain't never boring. Hey, Jim, good morning. 67 today. All right, Jim. Well, happy 67th. And cheers to you, 67, a special number. It was my football number at Catholic High. So love the number 67. Hope it's a great year for you. And hope you blow out all your candles and everybody makes all your hopes and dreams and wishes come true today. Cheers to you, Jim. Happy birthday, man. Happy 67. Christian, after the frustration and disappointment of this LSU sports season, will next year be the most anticipated year in recent memory? I don't know about that, Christian. I mean, sure. I think it has probably less to do with the disappointment of this year and more to do with people are going to be very excited to see Lane Kiffin's product on the field, what Will Wade does with all these international players, how Jay bounces back. I mean, that part of it definitely is true. I don't know if it's specifically because of the disappointment and maybe more so because of all the new. Let's see. Survivor Remorse. Senior citizens wake up early. Call Pete Jenkins, get a reaction to the Ed O hire. Paired with people Lucas, Happy O can recruit off campus now under. Wait, so he can recruit off campus under the new rules? I'll need a clarification on the recruiting rules if that's the case. Yeah, and I do need to call Coach Pete. I didn't want to bother him again because I just called him last week to talk about Kiffin, in the Louisiana line camp and everything. But that is the guy that I probably should talk to. Hey, David, good morning. Let's see. Based on the guy's overview of men's basketball, seems like Will is counting on the guard that's in the draft and the guy who's currently ineligible. Okay, so you're talking about Ersin Demir, who is an international basketball scout who we had on the show a few days ago. And he definitely said that guard play is sort of what they're lacking right now. So I'll tell you, look, RJ Lewis was the Big East Player of the Year. We know his story. Went undrafted, signed a two-way contract. Now he's trying to get back in. He's going to go to court, and they're going to try to get him eligible. And they think they have a plan to get him eligible. I still very much disagree with that. That's not changing. It's black and white. He signed a two-way contract. He's ineligible. He should not play. The other you're talking about is Jan Madar, who's 20. That's the one who's 25. And a lot of people are up in arms about that because he's 25. My point is Chris Weinke won a Heisman when he was 28. If he's eligible, shut up. I mean, he had military service in Israel, which if I'm not mistaken, everyone's required to serve in the military. So that's why he's delayed, almost like a Mormon mission, right? So he's older. But if he's eligible, he's eligible. So go through the NCAA process to see if they grant him eligibility. If they do, he'll have 1 year, and that's that. It was interesting also because Ersin did mention another player, Sergio De La Rea was the other one. He's Spanish. He's another guard they said keep an eye on who's out there that could be a target. Adam, press for the NASCAR community. Headed to Charlotte right now. Okay. No doubt, man. Let's see. Reno Chance. Saw Cruz is called up. Hope he could play better. We know who he is. Yeah, Dylan Cruz got called up. He's already played a few games since he's been back up. So I think it was 1 for 4 yesterday or 2 days ago. So yeah, man, no doubt. He'll be fine. Rocco, good morning. Let's see. Coach O can recruit on the road. Check Pete Thamel report. New rule that allows it. Let's see. Check Pete. Let's see. I might have to go. I don't want to bore y'all while I scroll through his Twitter. Here you go. Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay. Thank you. I missed this. Thank you. All right. So recent changes in NCAA recruiting rules will allow Orgeron to go on the road to recruit for the Tigers, selling two things he knows well, LSU and Kiffin. The move will certainly raise eyebrows in the SEC. It doesn't say what the new rule is. Huh. Hmm. Okay, let me not bore you with that. I'll get clarification on that rule. But that's in the. You're right. That's in the Thamel report. So thank you. I definitely missed that. Kevin, like live every day like it's your last. Be blessed. Amen. Chance, I saw reporter coach. Yeah. Okay, got that. Let's see. Is hiring Coach O an indictment on Peoples since the interior didn't perform well in spring? Also, is this position Lane offered to Frank? Okay, so I would say no and no. Um, First of all, I don't think the interior performed poorly during spring. I think you just obviously have real turnover there where you brought in Malik Blockton and Stefan Green. Don McKinley is really your only returning contributor, and then you got two freshmen coming in. So I would not say they performed poorly. I think that's a big question because you just have a lot of new and a lot of unproven. I think Kevin Peoples is great. He's very loud and boisterous too, so he and I will get along very well in that respect. I think this is one of those things where it's like Lane hired T. Martin, right, later in spring. I don't think Lane bringing T. Martin is an indictment on Charlie Weiss or Dane Stevens. I just think he had an opportunity to add another coach to his staff that he's friends with, that he likes, that he thinks can provide value, so he did. So similar. And the position that Lane offered Frank, I don't know that there was ever a real consideration of Frank Wilson staying at LSU. Lane was always going to bring Kevin Smith here, and Frank was not going to stay in a lesser role. Survive 623, more Matt. Sure don't mind saying my name. Yeah, okay, got it. Oh, wow. No kid. Look at that. That's awesome, man. Goes by Survive 623 on social. Survived June 23rd, the day they diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. 18 years cancer free. Love that. That's awesome. Awesome, Jason. Awesome. Alvino, what up, man? Good morning. Out in Vegas, got married. Let's go. Hey, man, I wasn't your best man because you didn't ask. See, if you had asked, I mean, we could have coordinated this. You know what I mean? I'm actually going to be in Vegas in a few weeks. I could have been out there, could have popped over. Yeah, the wedding. We're going to Eric and I and some friends are going to watch No Doubt at the Sphere in a couple weeks. Could have made it happen, man. Congrats, though, Alvino. That's awesome, man. Fired up for you, dude. Congrats. Cheers to you and your bride and a lifetime of happiness, man. Great news. Ghastly Gamer, you're on. Okay, got it. There you go. Yeah, we've clarified. Thanks. Let's see. More. Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. Jason Estee. Got it, bud. Got it. Thank you. Dale, will you attempt to interview Coach O? Sure, I'd love to interview Coach O. I don't think, but again, like Lane does not allow his assistants to do interviews. So, I mean, like there's several members of the staff that I do have a good like working personal or professional relationship with. And like Lane just does not allow them to do interviews. So I don't think you're going to hear from assistant coaches. Let's see. Don't want to misquote you. Can you stop saying Corey brought PJ in? That was Frank. No, I know Corey brought in Pete. I know PJ Woodland signed the year before Corey came back, but Corey has very clearly developed PJ Woodland into what he has become. He was a low-rated 3-star who came here, and Corey Raymond's the one who's coached him and developed him into a starter. Hey, Brian, good morning. From Monroe, tomorrow's the anniversary of the worst day of my life. And you finally put okay. Well, Brian, we'll be praying for you, man. That'll be a tough day, but we'll lift you up, man. The good news is you're still here. You made it through your heart attack, and your mom is in heaven, which is better than being here. So I know that doesn't make it easier while you're here, man, but we'll be lifting you up tomorrow, man. Hey, Dakota, good morning. Education, good morning. Let's go softball. Let's go. Beat the Bammers. We're good to go. Chance, all the DL coaches are Pete Jenkins' disciples. Yeah, they all have connections to Coach Pete. And I didn't even realize about Sterling Lucas until Coach Pete told us. Like he's gone various places and been on staffs where he's worked with them. So yeah. Hey Rex, good morning. Head to Honolulu. Awesome, man. Dakota, Happy Lane Kiffin hired Coach O. Go Tigers. Let's see more, Matt. Well, you did not spell it correctly. No, it's Moscona. Close enough, though. Vowels get people, man. Vowels get people. You know what? We're out of comments, but we can't forget to do this.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown. ParishBuilt.com.
All right. Parish Construction and Roofing. Remember, if you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock, you need a roof, you call Parish. Unique physique, unique aesthetics, and wellness. That's the GLP-1s, semaglutide, tirzepatide. Lowest prices, never any contracts. Do the whole thing over telemed and ship your medicine anywhere in the country. So you don't have to be in Louisiana. Unique physique, uniquephysique.com. Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com, and Bocock Brothers Premium Cigars. Code MAT15, MAT15, MAT15 for 15% off your order. Where are we? Eric is good to go. There we go. We will be live from Arizona tomorrow. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. The jingle. I need this every morning. CMK, I thought when CR came back, they cut ties with the 4-star cornerback, brought in 3-star PJ Woodland instead. Oh God. You're gonna test me now. I'm trying to remember the name. It was an out-of-state kid who was committed. If somebody remembers it, drop it. Somebody drop the name if you have it. They brought Corey back in January of 24. And so PJ, if I'm not mistaken, had already signed in December of 23. So he was part of the December signing period before 24. Who was that? Kai Bates. There it is. They had Kai Bates and Andre Evans. Those were the two. It was Kai Bates. Andre Evans was out of Nashville. Kai Bates was out of Orlando. Kai Bates and Andre Evans were the two. So they had those two committed, and they ended up going with Woodland and it was Kai Bates and Andre Evans who decommitted, and they went, again, out-of-state guys, and they ended up signing Bernard Causey. It was Bernard Causey and P.J. Woodland. Causey was out of JFK in New Orleans, and Woodland was out of Hattiesburg. That was it. All right, y'all. Let's see. In my best Marshawn Lynch voice, I'm here to hear the jingle. I'm here so I don't get fined. I'm here to hear the jingle. Yep. There. Let's see. Matt, I thank you on the text, but you keep the show and the life and perspective. God is good. Bless you. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Hey, Brian. Did I see we got a 7'4" center? I didn't see a 7'4" center. They got Michael Ruzic, who's a 7-footer. He's like 6'11", 7 foot. So Ruzic is probably the commitment you're talking about. Let's see. I think it'll be a mistake to have Corey Raymond not give him the firepower to recruit the best corners. I understand not going over a number. Yeah. So what he's talking about there is LSU is no longer going to get a visit from Josh Dobson, the 5-star corner out of North Carolina, and it's I think pretty obvious how and why this works, right? So you look at 2027 and Pickett will be a junior. Woodland, I think, would likely come back for his senior year. Jakeem Jackson would be there for a 4th year, and then you'd have Haven Finney in his 2nd year. So you're deep and talented and veteran there. So do you go invest a lot of money in the top of the market for a freshman coming in that may not contribute very much? That's the issue. And so I understand your point, and you'd love to have Dobson, but the problem is, what if you and again, your roster budget is year to year. So do you commit the money it takes to get Dobson here for a freshman year where he's not really going to contribute, not going to be expected to contribute a bunch? That just doesn't make a lot of sense. So then what you could do in theory is then you go into 28 when you'd in theory be losing Pickett, Woodland, Jackson. You'd have Finney back, and you'd need to remake that room. Well, now you can go after whoever the number 1 corner is in America, or you can go after one of the top guys in the portal. So you can't necessarily think of it anymore like a 3 or 4 year cycle with a player. You have to think of it year to year, because I know it's oversaid like every year is free agency, but it's true. Morning, Matt. How many players in the current baseball team do you think will transfer out this offseason? I'm less worried about that and more worried about retention. Like, you need to retain Braun, Cerna, Patrick, Ruckert, Harden, Evans, Schmidt, Paz. You know what I mean? Like, I'm more Aaron Beatty. Like, I'm more concerned about retention of the guys that are going to be impact guys next year than I am about what player at the end of the bench is going to transfer. With the full understanding that bit you this year, right? I mean, you went heavy portal and Michael Ryan and Ryan Costello left, and those are two guys that would have been the right side of your infield this year, and you'd been much better as a result. So I get that. But again, like, you've got a lot of things settled already going into next year because you used half of this season playing young guys. It'd be different if York and Dardar and Caraway had all been starters all this year, and you hadn't gotten to see Braun and Cerna and Ruckert and Patrick. You know what I mean? But you've gotten to see all those guys now, and you know they can play. So you go into next season with that sort of that baseline. Let's see. I always start the show 45 to 60 seconds late so I can skip the jingle. His secondaries are always bad except 2024. Who's second? Corey's? Are you high? They were awesome in the secondary this year. What are you talking about? Monsoor Delane was literally a unanimous All-American. I'm getting different jerseys for this football season. Dorsey, Fajoko, Spears for the D-line. 7'4" wingspan. Okay. LSU's the biggest villain in college sports. Jordan, unrelated. Who do you have? McGregor, Holloway. Oh, God. Max is going to kill him. You're talking. So Dessert is the one who has the 7'4" wingspan. Okay. Look, ring rust is a real thing. Connor hasn't fought in 5 years. I mean, and he's going to get in the octagon with a savage in Max. I mean, that is, and people are going to bet Connor because people don't know any better. And they're just going to pick Connor because they think they should pick Connor because he's Connor, right? And Max Holloway is going to annihilate Connor in that fight. Craig, good morning. Boot up. Go Tigers. You can literally take a bad high school receiver in Louisiana who can't catch, turn them into a cornerback. Scotty, good morning. Oh, you're talking about Lane. Okay. I would also say you're not recruiting the same player athlete to Ole Miss, and you don't have Corey Raymond. So as far as that philosophy, I like how you build the roster actually makes a lot more sense when you take it year to year. Highlight of baseball season with Dardar's bat flip. That was one of them, one of the few. Yes. All right, y'all, let's get out of here. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great day. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. Remember, we're now on podcast. You all requested it, so I've got a podcast feed now. Please go on your favorite podcast app, search for Overtime with Matt Moscona. That's where we'll have Morning Scone, audio only, and our videos that we post on the YouTube channel as well, audio only on Overtime with Matt Moscona. So thanks to those who are listening on podcast as well. All right, y'all have a great day. I'm going to get you a bonus locked on here in a little bit as well. Y'all be great. See ya. Peace.